Hello and welcome to another episode of Time Buster Training. This is a series to inform you and inspire you on your fitness journey. So I'm going to be speaking to Time Buster trainers, inspirational people I've had the privilege to train in the time that I've been in the industry, and industry experts to bring their perspective on fitness and health and tell us about their fitness journey as well. So today we are speaking to Winnie. Hi Winnie, how are you doing?
Hi, everybody. I'm doing great.
So Winnie is down in Singapore, so fingers crossed for the connection. We might have a couple of bleeps, but it doesn't matter. We'll keep going. Winnie is in our Time Buster Training tribe. I've known Winnie for about a year now, and she's got a fantastic story to tell. And it's really interesting just speaking to normal people. I don't know whether Winnie fits into the normal people category, but we'll have a bit of fun and we'll talk about your fitness journey. So Winnie, introduce yourself. We've got 20 minutes. Let's just have a chat about your fitness journey.
Thank you, Stu, for your really great introduction. So, hi, everybody. I'm Winnie. I'm a mompreneur, mom of one. And while my fitness journey is interesting because it has been ups and downs, I always love to be active because it makes me really happy. I love vitality. I love feeling good. I love the endorphins rush. I like to do a lot of stuff. I like to go for adventures, and I love outdoor sports. Anything that gives me adrenaline, I love it. So when I was younger, in my 20s, I was young. I didn't have much fear. I did everything, skydiving, surfing, dirt biking, going on motorcycles, and racing. What else? What else did I not do? Snowboarding. I even went to learn martial arts because I'm like, it's so cool if a woman knows how to defend herself. And one of the things that I was really keen in fitness because I knew I want to do everything. I got to have the body and and the energy for it, the stamina for it. And then when I was in my 20s, of course, when I was younger, I was single, I was ready to mingle. I have to look always ready to mingle at all times. So that was a big motivation for me to stay in shape and to do the fun stuff. So fast forward, right? Got married. I had a 4.5 kg baby. So I gained a lot of weight when I was pregnant. I think I gained probably about like close to 45 kg just being pregnant. And oh my God, I don't know why I let myself go there. Okay. So in my 30s, raising a kid, having a full-time job, I didn't really take care of myself as much, but I do realize that my energy level was like going downhill. I was feeling like tired all the time, I was lethargic. I feel like crap, I feel crabby. So as I got older, I just turned 40 this year. I realized to myself that, I only have one body and I run a business as well. And for me to be successful in my business and my life, it comes from deep within me first. And one of the main things that I had to take care of myself is actually through fitness. So what I love about fitness, okay? So I'm not somebody who's like, oh, I need to count calories and, I got to drop, how many dress sizes and how many kgs, and that's my goal. No, my goal is really that I want to feel good every day. I want to have the energy. I want to sleep well, the mood, the endorphins rush, ability to feel that even though I'm 40 years old, I can still go and do stuff. And from fitness, I feel that it gives me a lot of confidence as well, right? So after I work out, like somehow just this boost of confidence, self-esteem, and even better outlook in life. Another thing about fitness I really enjoy is that because I find it's such a mind game, it's really just a mind thing, that I find that it actually empowers me a lot because it sharpens my mind so that, okay, whatever I'm thinking that I can do or I cannot do, right? It determines my results and determines my actions as well. So I find that fitness is not just about losing weight. It's all of the above. It's actually, for me, fitness is very much a self-care. It's under the umbrella of self-care that,
That's interesting as well, because
Mhm.
we're always in the industry telling people to really stop focusing on that number that stares at us from the floor, and
Yeah.
people that are just standing on the scales and just focusing on that one thing. Yes, it's an element, but that my big thing is about let's really focus on feeling better,
Yep.
moving, and like you said, get that endorphin rush, because that's the feel good factor, isn't it? That you've achieved something and you're being active. And the results will come later if we're consistent with those. But yeah.
Yeah. So that's one of my big things. So like, because I feel that when I mean, for me, speaking from my experience, if I'm like counting calories and looking at my weight loss, and I realize that, in fitness, I do strength training because I love to lift weights too. You don't lose kg. You actually maybe even gain weight because muscles weigh more than fats, right? I realize I don't enjoy the journey if I'm just looking at numbers, because I realize that that's my goal. But my goal here is that it's time for myself. It's my me time. It's self-care, and everything. Your circulation is better. Your skin is better. You have more energy. You sleep better. Your mood is better. Everything. Your immune system is better. You tend to fall sick less. So all of that, it's really, to me, very beneficial for me to stay active at all times, especially as I'm getting older, like having that muscular skeletal system in check, right? And less prone to injuries. Although I'm having an injury right now.
Yeah. But yeah, so just a quick question. So what are the things that are your sort of things that knock you off? So knock you off kind of like consistency. What are the things that are your downfalls, if you like, in your fitness journey? Whether that's like historical, one of the things that you've struggled with, or still to today, are your sort of things that sort of are stopping you, or things you have to think about more than others? What are the things?
I think sometimes there are days that I gotta drag myself to go work out. I really don't feel like it, but it's really interesting because it's really the first 10 minutes of like, oh, what am I doing this? I feel like crap. But after that, I'm like, oh, thank goodness I did this. But I think for me right now, as we speak, I have lower back pain and back injury. I think because sometimes, I do a lot of high impact activities and I get really tight muscles, especially like my hamstrings and my glutes. So I think when I get that, that's how I get my lower back pain. I'm not stretching enough. So I'm mindful of that, because right now I'm in Singapore, we're under lockdown. So I really don't want to get lazy. So my yoga mat's right next to where I sit. So every day I actually have a goal, like, oh, there's a Zoom class. I want to go do something. I don't want to be gaining weight and stuff like that, right? But I think sometimes I overdo it, and I don't know where, now I'm learning where my body is telling me that enough is enough. So then that's the part that I got to be mindful of.
That's really important, and we've spoken the last couple of weeks, haven't we, in the group, and the community have been really great supporting each other, because I know there's a couple of people that have got little niggles, and one of the things is to understand your body, understand your movement, and I do it in a lot of things I do about slowing down to speed up, because we can just keep going, hit that wall, and then give up. And then that give up for a lot of people is 6 months, it's a year, or it has at least months attached to it. So tell us a little bit about that in your mindset to having to tell yourself, because you're really active, you enjoy exercise, you do a multiple amount of things, which is great and really inspirational. What does that feel like when you have to say to yourself, like, I've got to just slow down a little bit to allow myself to recover?
To be honest, it sucks because what's today? Yeah, I haven't worked out in 3 days. So that's a lot because I'm used to sweating and having activity every day. So it almost like it's like I haven't taken a shower for 3 days, that kind of feeling, like something's off. But I realized that, yeah, I can go and do, but there's a lot of things I can't do in exercise because of my back injury. And what's the point of me going and do it and I haven't fully recovered? And this drags on. So, I think once I pass that, I realized that, okay, you know what, just take time off. 1 week's not going to kill you. You'll come back, and you'll come back a lot stronger. And I can see that. I can see that after this back pain is over, I'm fully rested, good to go again.
Yeah, fab. I can't wait to have you hopefully next week. But as you know, the big thing about in the Time Buster training community is when we're doing any exercises, and sometimes you get brought along by the group and the community, but I sometimes have to point out that there are opportunities when there are exercises that you can't do, that I point out that you can do something else and still join in. So that's the great thing about having that community feel. So talk to me about your nutrition. What does that look like? And again, keep it simple. Keep it simple. We don't want to go into like macros or all that sort of thing, but just what's nutrition for you?
To be honest, even though sometimes I'm sneaky, like, oh, look at what I'm eating. I don't really eat that much, to be honest. Even at night, I don't eat rice. I tend to just go for vegetables and fish and soup, and not even cream soup, like clear soup. I eat a lot of vegetables and fruits. I gotta have a lot of vegetables and fruits because I'm used to it. That's how I grew up. I do cheat. Okay, I love chocolate. I have sweet cravings, especially at the time of the month, and I love to drink. So I don't stop myself from that, okay? But, I don't drink like 5 beers a day or 5 glasses of wine. I maybe just have 1 or 2 at the most, and I stop. I don't drink Coke. I don't drink any sweet drinks. I only just drink water. That's it. I only have 1 cup of coffee. I don't even put any sugar in it. I don't even drink milk. I cut out dairy 100% from my diet, from every day. I do eat some ice cream once in a while, but I don't really do a whole lot of it. I never wanted to go on a diet just because I feel that I want to go do something that is in moderation, that is sustainable long term. Yeah,
Yeah,
and be
I love
happy.
that. Yeah, the amount of people that I've sat in front of, and they've said, "Okay, I just will never eat crisps again, or I'll never eat chocolate," and it's just for human. And just quickly, I want to say that I aim for the 80-20. So when we try and make a change, we subconsciously only go 50-50, and we're on the fence. And that's why people, if we're on the fence, we usually go back to our own habits. If we push over time for consistency and go for like 80%, because we're all human and there's the 20% there as well, and we're talking basic terms here of just someone wanting to feel good about themselves, have a consistent lifestyle that they can maintain. If we're doing something 80% of the time, we're going to get the results that are going to show us that we're doing something 80% of the time in a lot of different things other than fitness and health, by the way. But it's just something people don't realize, that when they go for this sudden change, they're only going 50-50, or they're going too much. They go sometimes 100%, and that's not sustainable. So sorry, I went on one now. This is about you.
It's okay. It makes a
So,
lot
but
of
I love
sense.
that. You just said then about we're all human, and there's just, everybody's got their own distractions. So yeah. So tell me about the here and now and the future. What are your goals? What are your future ambitions in fitness and health?
So from the diet space, right? I mean, of course, like, I believe in mindful eating. So it's like, okay, I look at what I eat, and actually I don't have any distractions around me when I eat. So I really like taste my food. And I look at the root cause of me wanting to, like, especially when I try to binge eat on something that is junk food. I have days like that. And I realize a lot of time is due to my emotions, and I'm stressed. When I'm stressed, I tend to find something that comforts me, which is food. So for me, I always look at, okay, what's the root cause of me having this behavior? So I address that, whether it's through stress management, through exercise, through fitness, through meditation, or if I have any underlying emotions, I work through it. And I find that really helps, because a lot of times we don't realize that we're binge eating because there is an underlying problem that's surfacing, and we're trying to escape using food as a platform. So that's that for diet. And actually, to be honest, like, yeah, I have cravings, but I actually really enjoy eating healthy foods, because I don't like how I feel after I eat really, really greasy and very delicious food. But after that, I feel like crap, right? So I always become mindful of that. Yeah, I have a salad, but I feel good for the rest of the day, rather than feeling bloated and lethargic. Um, in terms of fitness, for me, it's a lifestyle, right? It's on the lifestyle that is part of me, who I am. I'm going to continue doing what I can do, whether in hit or in high impact, still taking care of my knees, taking care of my back and everything. And I love strength training. To be honest, I actually really love strength training. I really love the soreness. I know it's weird, but I do love the soreness because it gives me that fulfillment.
DOMS.
Yes, the DOMS. Like, some people don't like it. I feel like if I have DOMS, means that I did a good job. Like, I feel fulfilled. I wanted to take on more like like Pilates and a little bit of yoga, just to balance things out and stuff. And I think Stuart knows I'm a mermaid. I love water sports, so I'm gonna keep continue doing my surfing and wakeboarding. I just need to get my back better. So that's another reason too, because I love doing that. I don't want to stop. So I want to work on my fitness. I want to work on my stamina. So my body's in tip-top shape to do all those outdoor sports. So yeah, I'm going to continue that. It's not going to stop.
Yeah, I remember you showed me some of I think you shared the video about the balance board. We both got balance boards, haven't we? And
Yes.
and I love that as well, because I talk to people about that. When I'm not, somebody asked me the question yesterday about, do you train every day? And it really made me think about people's perceptions of other people and about how much they're training. If I'm not training for a day, I'm being active. And doing balance board, I've got a bit of a thing about just my background and how sportiness, all that sort of thing. Just if I'm not training, I'm doing something, whether it's a long walk. I know one of the Time Buster trainers shared with us this week that they've been for a 3-hour walk. It was a longer walk than they usually do. And they were amazed about, obviously, the fitness watch and what it was telling them, that they'd actually done so much more than they expected. So it's finding those little wins, isn't it, about doing something rather than nothing.
That's a good point. Yeah. I mean, doing something better than nothing. Yeah. You don't have to kill yourself every single time, but at least you're doing something.
Yeah. So how are you finding Time Buster training? What made you come into our group?
That everybody have the same intentions. Like, we want to get exercise. We want to get fitter. It's a close group of like-minded people, so we feel safe in there. And yeah, I mean, it's really effective because we log into Zoom and then we start to work out. Even though it looks simple, but trust me, Stuart will kill you because he'll make you do burpees. And then I feel that it's so awesome because after that, we're all having this endorphins high. Then we have common language. We cheer on each other. We encourage each other. We complain. Sometimes we show what we eat, and sometimes it's not the most healthy stuff, but it's okay. So that's that community spirit in there. That's like, even though I've never met them in person, but I would love to meet all of them in person one day. It's like the camaraderie. It's that sisterhood or brotherhood, whatever you call it. And I think that's important for fitness, because it's not a one-time do it all and that's it. It's a marathon that we're all running at different pace. So I think that community support for each other is awesome. Yeah.
So how important, so it just, a question came in then. So hearing other people's stories and sharing other people's thoughts, how does that help you?
I think for me, a lot of times, I think a lot of us are really hard on ourselves. And then we see like, oh, this person is like so fit, she can do 10 burpees, 20 burpees. I cannot, and I feel inferior. But hearing other people's stories, like, hey, everybody has started from somewhere. And I start to, feel like, hey, wow, it's okay. I feel I have more grace for myself. I have grace for other people as well. And I think by hearing that, the empathy is there. And we're like, oh, if I can do it, so can you. If you can do it, so can you. That kind of spirit. Yeah. Which is really important.
It's that ripple effect, isn't it? And I know I started this series to tell stories because I've been really affected by listening to stories. And it's that connection, that realization, actually, that some people have got the same issues that you have, or the same pain points, let's call them.
Mhm.
We're all human, aren't we? So just quickly as we finish, we missed you this morning in this morning's workout, by the way, and you'll be amazed. I don't know whether you saw in the chat, there was no burpees and no legs.
I know.
So
I
you're
saw that.
so just remember though, you can go back and all the workouts are on the community as a library now, so you can just go back and catch up when you're fit and raring to go. So we are just about to finish. So we have 30 seconds, literally 30 seconds. If somebody's listening to this now and they are at their start of their fitness journey, what would you say the one thing was for them to do, implement, that would give them an instant kind of feel-good factor?
Stop thinking, just start doing right now. Because we spend more time thinking about it and analyzing it, trust me, just do it and you will never regret. You feel like, I should have just done it earlier. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Because we procrastinate so much, don't we? And especially in fitness, I've had people speak to me about, I'm not fit enough yet to come to a class. Okay, I've stopped myself there. Let me just dismiss that. So yeah, the perception of people that have to be fit to go to a fitness class. So doing something, making that first step is really important, isn't it? So Winnie, that's our 20 minutes. It flies by, doesn't it? So thank you very much for being on an episode. Thank you for sharing your story. If you've enjoyed that, guys, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel or subscribe to your podcast provider to see future episodes. Please go back and watch some of the ones that are already on there. I've had some fantastic guests on. So Winnie, thank you so much again. Thank you for your time. I know it's evening in Singapore, so have a fantastic evening. And I'll see you soon on a workout. See you soon, everybody. Bye.
Bye.